Yeah.
And before we got out here, I did actually have one question because you are a bass player. You grew up playing
Yes.
bass. I would like to ask people who is your favorite bass player and who you think is the best bass player to have come out so far.
Well, like I said, there's no such thing as the best. I believe that. But my favorite is I'd have to say growing up in smooth jazz, R&B, Nathan East.
Okay.
Right? Bass player, I'll tell you, so people may not know his name, but I can tell you know his music. You ever listen to Anita Baker? Ever listen to an old school Anita Baker? You have listened to Nathan East, right?
Okay.
That's one of my favorite, and I have two favorites. I got to give a shout out to my other favorites, Marcus Miller. So if sort of jazz funk and a lot of movie soundtracks. If you ever listen to Luther Vandross, you've heard Marcus Miller. You know, bam, 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 bam. All of that bass, that's Marcus Miller. So you know a bass player by the artists they play with. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I know their names, but that's how I let people know you've heard these bass players, and they're iconic.
Yeah, you gotta shout out the bass players. You know, they don't always get their credit, but you know they are super important. You know.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I write and sing like a bass player. I keep it in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah.
Keeps that bop going, you know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.